So now is your moment, the audience, to have a conversation with our musicians. And the floor is yours. Does anybody have any questions?
Hello, first of all, lovely concert, thank you very much. I was interested in your double-necked saz and wondered whether you could say something about what's the difference between the two necks, fretboards that it has.
The principle is the same. It is very similar with the standard SOAS with single neck. Just the string materials are different between each other. This is chrome-coated strings, gives one octave lower than the upper neck. So what I'm doing with that, especially during the tapping, I can make some chord progressions and arpeggios at the same time. Let me just exemplify shortly. This is just a 7/9 chords. This enables me to enlarge the register, the octave. With a single neck SAS, the octave range is so limited. So this is the aim to play. And doesn't it seem cool? And also, I like. Yeah. Any questions? Oh, many.
Mike's. Oh, is it working? Doesn't show like it's working. Any more questions?
I would like to thank you all. It was a fantastic performance and fantastic evening. And I wonder if you could tell us about the history of you gathering together. When did you start, and what's the current situation, and what are you aiming at? Thank you.
Thank you.
We knew each other from before anyway. Ozan and Melissa came from Istanbul. Us three, we were here. Ozan called up one day. He said, we have a concert. Would you join? And we all came together.
They also seem so surprised, huh? Still.
So we wanted to basically come together and have a concert that we had all the cultures of Turkey together, not just Turkey, but Anatolia. And we chose some songs in Armenian, in Kurdish, in Turkish as well, and Azeri as well. And Suna is great at this. I'm sure if you've heard her before, she's absolutely... She's got a wonderful voice. So we turned to Suna and we said, Suna, would you join us? And Suna called Suat.
Okay, too much.
So that's how we came together. So yeah.
So basically, I'm so grateful to have these wonderful musicians with me, and we rock today. And one of our aim tonight is to bring the Anatolian melodies, but not only, and also the stories behind it, which are, some of them are so epic, some of them are love story, and some of them are related with communities, Alevis, massacres, and it's all about this. And also, we wanted to be the voice of the Anatolia with the stories in an academic circle also. This is one of my priority and our priority as well. So thank you for coming us, and you didn't leave us alone. Thank you.
Also, I want to add that it wasn't just about the Anatolian culture, but about Alevi culture as well. So we wanted to show people what Alevi music was within this this concert as well. We've had concerts here before, which specifically had Alevi songs and our deishis and our semas as well. And today we wanted to add the Alevi aspect inside this as well, which was very important for us. So I wanted to add that as well.
Thank you for the fabulous performance tonight. I only have one simple question, very simple. Like, what are the musical instruments these two gentlemen on the left here, especially like playing? Like, especially this gentleman, like the sitting on was like also kind of like a musical instrument to me. So, can you please like briefly introduce like the?
You are asking for the SOAS, the instruments?
I mean,
Types of-
these two gentlemen on the left. Like, especially the one who is sitting on was like, I don't know what's that, but I was like very curious about this. Sorry.
Ah. Swat.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Is normally this is very ethnical instrument is for bender. It's like daire. As you know, this is cajon, is Latin percussion, and this is electronic percussion. Yeah. Thank you very much for today.
Was there anything else you wanted to?
Yeah, the one you are sitting on was like it's like a
That's
music.
a
Yeah.
cajon.
Yeah.
It's a Latin percussion.
Yeah, as we are Anatolian group, we have at Latin feeling as well.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to say that I really liked your music and it was really fun to like listen to. And my question was, were any of the songs like your own songs, the ones that you wrote? And if they were they inspired by anything or anyone?
Nice question. Good question.
Would you like?
Censored?
I'm speaking all the time. Come on, be fair.
Thank you so much for your contribution. It was lovely. None of them are our own composition. They are mainly folk songs from Alevis, Kurds, Azeris, Armenians, or neighborhoods. The song "Bochi napırsi halim," why you're not asking in what situation I am, is actually you may heard it as Mevlam birçok dert vermiş in Turkish, also Esmere Heta Kenge, Kurdish version in Turkey, and this version was actually from Iran. And I like this one because of the person who actually the lyrics. I like the lyrics. The guy wrote the lyrics, Aziz Shehoyi. I read his life. It actually, I was quite interested in his life. At the age of 10, he had to work because his father died. His mother was a widow with 7 kids. So he actually had a very, very bad life since his childhood, and he started to compose, although his life wasn't easy. And he became a very famous singer, composer in Iran, Kurdish singer. And also in Iran, Kurds are being oppressed by the authorities. And this life was a sample for him, because I'm a Kurd from Turkey, Alevi also. So that was a very good example for me. That's why I like to sing that song tonight.
I'm also an Alevi as well.
Hello, thank you so much for a beautiful performance. I wanted to ask about you mentioned that you're singing songs like from Iran, in Armenian. Can you say something about the transmission of music through Anatolia? Is it connected to the Alevi religion in particular, or just more commentary about the spread of the music in the region?
If you're musically speaking first, our inspiration come from this structure. There are many cultural groups, religious groups living in Anatolia, and we have different languages, and they are living together, and we have the shared repertoires. And not only in Anatolia, also we have a common repertoires between Greece. Also, we lived for 1,000 years. So it is amazing to see that we have the same melody, but in different language. So this is one of our inspiration to bring all this into our repertoire. Yeah, Anatolia is a very unique and intercontinental strategic place, and all cultures and people just pass through and migrate, and this brings, it's like a mosaic, yeah, brings so many things into together. It's kind of a melting pot. So yeah, well, what can I say?
Thank
I
you.
can say, sorry.
Hi, I really appreciate your performance tonight. Thank you so much. I think couple months ago, I heard the song Pigeon in the Barbican Center, sung by the world famous Kurdish singer, Aynur. Yeah, and that concert and eventually become a kind of gala, like all the Kurdish population in that concert hall stand up and dancing. It's so impressive. So my question is, because just at the moment I just heard like when you are singing, you almost like sing like in the way of solo. I rarely heard any harmonic or like involving with those kind of like the multi voice. So I'm curious, like are there any like such kind of music tradition in Anatolia involving with like the harmonic or multi voice?
Yeah, I understand. For voice performance, it is very rare. We don't have so much polyphonic performances in Anatolian folk music. It's mostly monophonic. I just saw 2 pieces from the repertoire, and which is also recorded and transcribed by the TRTs, the National Radio and Television from Turkey. And I checked the notation and I saw that, and it's transcribed as polyphonically. But if we speak generally, we don't have this. But in this modern era, lots of hybrid music and this intelligentsia is working now, and even in some concerts we hear some polyphonic vocal music. But today we prefer to present it to closer to the I will say original, but it's also problematic. But you know, the original sound, let's say, and instrumentally, it is more rich about the harmony. It's all caused by the way of performing, just like this. even I'm using microtones, there is a type of heterophony inside it in bağlama playing, and also in kemancha playing. Also, it's always following the fourth interval and perfect fourth, perfect fifth. So this music not based on the monophony, but the vocal tradition, the vocal genres are always monophonic.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hello. Thank you, everybody, for that wonderful performance. It was really quite impressive and beautiful. I just wanted to ask, both Melissa and Ozan, you were part of the Making Tracks residency, and
Melissa as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand a little bit more about what that involved and how that kind of helped you develop you on your creative journey. Has that been what of the work that you've presented today? Was that part of what you worked on?
Yeah, you mean what is the effects to reflecting?
Just if you could describe what Making Tracks was all about, really.
I see. It is a collaborative music making and composition process, and it was a UK tour organized after it, and it's environmentally based project also. And we traveled 10 different cities, and just before that we had a 2 weeks residency, and we gathered with different 8 musicians. I just participated in last year, and Melissa participated in 2019. He's one of the first collaborator of that project. For 2 weeks we composed together, and all the musicians were coming from different traditions, and we start to show our own culture, and we manage how to combine them into different compositions, and we start to create unique compositions as well as we are using the tradition itself. And today, the collaborative music making process is same everywhere, and even you are coming from the same culture, everybody giving, every musician giving their unique part into the pot. So and it was quite helpful for me as an experience in here, and especially in the UK. This is the beginning of the second year, and it was a quite extensive experience. And maybe Melissa would like to.
Can I speak Turkish?
we can translate.
Because it's not my mother language in English. I'll be more comfortable in Turkish. Çoğu dediğin şeye katılıyorum. Kesinlikle.
She agrees on what I say mostly, basically.
Ben katıldığım Making Tracks döneminde daha çok yeniydi her şey. Aslında
Slowly. I'm not a professional translator, you know. And as she was the first collaborator in 2019, it was the first year that it was organized, and everything was very new, also for the organizers. Yeah.
Genel olarak bizi dünyanın her yerinden farklı müzisyenleri çok güzel ağırladılar. Ve hayatımda hiç yapabileceğimi düşünmediğim collaboration'ları beraber yaptım. Mesela Estonyalı bir müzisyenle beraber çaldım. Çek bir müzisyenle çaldım. Bunların hepsi...
I forgot already what she said. Okay, just keep going and I will summarize somehow. Yeah. She said they host the musicians very well, and they just achieved a miracle somehow, and brought all the musicians from the rest of the world. Estonia and Czechoslovakia and what else? Scotland. Yeah.
Ve Kamança da zaten çok az bilinen bir enstrüman.
And the Kamancha is very lesser known instrument.
Evet, onların da çok bilinmeyen enstrümanlarıyla bir araya geldiğinde.
And what was unique about all different instruments, very unique, like Kamancha, coming together, and they are now getting in front of to the audience of the UK, so which is something unique and precious. Yeah.
Ortaya hepsiyle beraber harika soundlar çıktı ve çoğu müzisyenle de aslında iletişimimiz hala devam ediyor. En güzel noktası bu bence.
It supplies a really good network, and they are still in contact with other musicians and organizers.
Tabii albüm yapmak, farklı bestelerimizi bir araya getirmek hala istiyoruz. Yani bu tarz konularda Making Tracks harika bir yer.
They still wanna continue to build up some new projects and compose new music still. So Making Tracks is a really good base and a good start for this kind of music making process. Yeah.
Yeah, hello. This is my first exposure to Anatolian music, so thank you so much for this. It was fantastic. I noticed that many of the songs that you played had very complex rhythms, time changes, and time signatures that I'm not familiar with in Western music. So I wanted to ask, how is that traditional and typical in the region, and how do you juggle those very complex rhythms?
Yeah. The rhythmical structure vary by region actually, and there are some common parts. So yeah, we have, for example, 5/8 time signature, 7/8, and with different setting. For example, it could be, for example, let's say 7/8 2/2 3, but it could be also 3/2 Yeah, it depends, and it's really vary by region. And in Balkan, for example, it's more complex and it's really close connected with the Anatolian music at the same time. And yeah, the common rhythmic structures are 5/8, 7/8, and 9/8. But in Balkan countries, it's more elaborate. It's 11/8, 13/8. It goes and in very fast tempo. For example, one important thing and very unique about Anatolia, in southwestern Anatolia we have some tunes. It's coming from the tradition we call zeybek, and this is actually 9/8, but it's very slow tempo and it's like 9/4. And all the introduction part of the piece consisting of only one bar, so it's very slow. And we have this kind of tunes and the rhythmic structures. Yeah, that's what can I say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Oh.
Why not? I don't.
Hi. Hi. Yeah, you mentioned finding these similar tunes and these similar songs across different cultures. And you played some of those songs this evening. Did you find those same melodies and those same songs even in even like a broader region than the ones you mentioned earlier? Did you find them in other parts of the Caucasus or in the Balkans or other areas like this?
Because Kurdish people do not have their own state, they either been massacred or exiled. In Armenia, Georgia, Russia, you can find songs in Kurdish, and you can find the Turkish version in Turkey. I mean, not only in Iraq, Iran, Syria, or Turkey, but I mean, or neighborhoods like even in Azerbaijan, you can find the Kurdish song or Azeri song, but it's being sung in Turkish Kurdish in Turkey. I know some songs, they're both in Greek, Kurdish, Turkish, and Arabic. So, because we are neighbors, or music do not have borders, just the language changes. So, I mean, I have a repertoire of Kurdish, Greek, and Turkish songs. I'm planning to have a project on this. So a Turkish, a Kurdish, and Greek singer all together at a stage. That would be amazing, I think. The same song, but a different language.
Yeah, and also not only the repertoire and the instruments are shared, and the lots of different size of the long-necked instruments are shared. For example, between Greece and Turkey, they have bouziki bağlamaz çura, and we call this instrument bağlamaz, and they have bozuk, buzuki is, we have bozuk. So, and also for the other instruments, and they have the fiddle instruments, kemanche. Yeah, just they say lira, the Greek lira, we say kemanche, but it is the same instrument and
Same family, but
exactly.
different names.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else with a question? Or should we wrap this up? With a song. With a song.
Okay.